Have you ever gone quiet and secretly wondered if she even noticed? Be honest. When you stopped texting first, when you stopped explaining yourself, when you stopped being available every time she snapped her fingers, did a part of you think, she probably doesn't even care? That's the lie most men tell themselves. You see her calm. You see no long paragraphs, no emotional meltdown, no dramatic comeback speech. So you assume you meant nothing. Wrong. Dead wrong. Here's what most guys completely miss. Silence does not mean peace. Silence means she's watching. Silence means she's waiting. Silence means she's trying to figure out if this version of you is real, or just another phase before you fold again. Because let's be real, you've pulled back before. You've said, "I'm done," then came back a week later. Same energy, same need, same pattern. So when you go quiet this time, she doesn't panic. Not yet. She assumes you'll crack. She assumes you'll miss her more than she misses you. She assumes your silence is temporary. And this is where most men blow it. They think detachment is about acting cold, posting gym selfies, trying to look busy, ignoring her to get a reaction. That's not power. That's performance. Real detachment feels different, and women can feel the difference. The moment she realizes you're not playing a game, that you're not trying to win her back, that you genuinely don't need her validation anymore, everything shifts. Her tone changes, her behavior changes, her energy changes, but not for the reasons you think. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what happens in her mind when she knows she's truly lost you. Not fake lost, not temporary space. I'm talking about emotionally gone. I'll show you the psychological trigger that flips the dynamic. The biggest mistake men make when she reaches back out, and how to become the kind of man she feels losing, instead of the guy she assumes will always be there. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you're going to stop guessing what her silence means. You're going to stop chasing closure, and you're going to understand why the moment she knows she lost you is the moment the real game begins. You think if she's quiet, she's done. If she's not texting, she moved on. If she looks fine, you meant nothing. That's the biggest lie men believe. Silence doesn't mean she doesn't care. It means she feels safe. Safe that you'll come back. Safe that your attention is still there. Safe that she hasn't actually lost anything. When you were chasing, you were predictable. You always replied. You always explained. You always showed up. That predictability made her relaxed. Not evil. Just human. People don't value what feels guaranteed. So when you go quiet, she doesn't panic right away. She waits. She assumes it's temporary. She thinks he'll fold. Because you always did before. And this is where most men misread everything. They see no reaction and think there is no impact. But impact isn't loud. It builds. It builds when your silence lasts. When days turn into weeks. When your energy doesn't come back. That's when she starts noticing the difference. Here's what most men get wrong. She doesn't feel the loss the day you stop texting. She doesn't feel it when you unfollow her. She doesn't feel it when you post a quote about moving on. She feels it when time passes and you don't break. When there's no late night "I miss you." No random excuse to start a convo. No emotional reaction when she posts something to get your attention. At first, she assumes it's a phase. Then she assumes you're playing a game. Then something shifts. She realizes this isn't strategy. It's final. That's the moment it hits her. Not because she suddenly fell in love, but because control is gone. You're not orbiting her anymore. You're not reacting. You're not available on demand. And when access disappears for real, value goes up. Regret doesn't come from distance. It comes from realizing the door isn't cracked open anymore. That's when she feels the loss. When she knows you're actually gone, her behavior changes. Not dramatic, subtle, but different. First, the soft reach out. Hey, how've you been? Random, casual, low effort. It's not deep. It's not emotional. It's a test. She's checking if she still has access. If you reply fast and excited, she relaxes. Nothing changed. You're still there. Second, she starts watching more. Your stories, your posts, your moves. Not liking everything, just observing. Why? Because she's trying to read your state. Are you hurt? Are you lonely? Or are you actually fine? Third, her tone shifts. More polite, less attitude, more respect. You moved from guaranteed to lost. And people treat lost things differently. Not always because they want you back, but because now you're no longer predictable. This is where everything falls apart. She finally reaches out, and you feel that rush. Your heart jumps. Your ego lights up. You think, see? She does care. So you reply fast. Long messages, extra energy, old jokes, old vibe. And just like that, the dynamic resets. Because now she knows. You weren't detached. You were waiting. Waiting for her signal. Waiting for permission to care again. Waiting for another chance. And the second she feels that, attraction drops. Not because she's cruel, but because nothing actually changed. You're back in the same emotional position. Reactive, available, predictable. If your silence was a tactic, she'll sense it. Women read energy, not words. And the moment she confirms she still has access, she relaxes again. This is the trap. Most men think the goal is to get her to text. No. The goal is to become the man who doesn't need that text to feel powerful. Now let's face the real fear. What if she never texts again? What if she moves on? What if you go quiet and she just disappears? That's what's really eating at you. Because part of you isn't detaching to grow. You're detaching hoping she reacts. And if she doesn't, it feels like you lost. But here's the truth. If your peace depends on her return, you're still attached. If your confidence depends on her regret, you're still giving her power. Real detachment means you're okay either way. You're not rooting for her to fail. You're not praying she comes back. You're just focused on your life. And here's the paradox. The less you need her to return, the more powerful you become. And power is attractive. But this only works when it's real. Not forced, not fake, not performed. If she never comes back, and you've truly leveled up, you didn't lose her. You outgrew her. That's the mindset shift most men are scared to make. So what do you actually do? First, you stop reaching out. Completely. No, just checking in. No liking her pics. No keeping the door cracked open. Not to punish her, to protect your standards. Second, you become outcome independent. You stop asking, will she regret it? You stop wondering, is she thinking about me? That mental loop leaks into your behavior. Kill it. Third, raise your standards everywhere. Not just with her. Stop tolerating flaky friends. Stop accepting half effort at work. Stop letting people waste your time. Because the pattern that let her disrespect you exists in other areas too. Fix it at the root. Fourth, build real progress. Hit the gym. Lock in on your money. Sharpen your mind. Not to post, not to flex, but to become undeniable. When she sees you calm, focused, unbothered, she feels the shift. You're not trying to win her back. You're building a life that doesn't need her. Here's the truth most men don't want to hear. The moment she realizes she lost you is not the moment you win her. It's the moment you win yourself. You're not doing this to trigger regret. You're not doing this to prove a point. You're not doing this to make her chase. You're doing this because you refuse to live in a cycle where your value depends on someone else's mood. If she comes back to a different man. A man who doesn't over-explain. A man who doesn't beg for consistency. A man who doesn't panic when she pulls away. And if she doesn't come back, you're still solid. Because now your peace isn't fragile. Your confidence isn't borrowed. Your identity isn't attached to one person. You're not the guy waiting to be chosen. You're the guy choosing himself. And once you step into that, whether she returns or not stops mattering. That's real power. If this hit you, if you felt this, then you already know it's time to level up. Stop chasing. Stop guessing. Start building. Because the moment she knows she lost you is the moment you finally stopped losing yourself.